The next guy we got this week here is Jimmy Moreland, a guy that the Eagles have been um, interested in for a while. Even last year, there was talks of bringing him in. He's been a wily veteran nickel corner, not overly big, a small guy, feisty fighter, sort of like Steven Nelson, but cornerback, runs a little bit better. But Steven Nelson, but slighter in build.
Mm-hmm.
Steve
Yeah.
was stocky and swole.
Yeah.
Jimmy Moreland is a lot lighter than that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about Jimmy Moreland's pickup?
To be honest with you, I don't really know much. I have to, do a better job, when these transactions come through of really getting a chance to look. But based off the little film that I've seen so far, I mean, he's like you said, a small guy, not a big guy,
Okay.
scrappy. I It kind of makes me think a little bit. Is he more of an insurance policy for
Mm,
Avante inside? And obviously do a little bit of work outside in terms of that, with some maybe adding some special teams in there. But it's I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm not excited because we're adding depth, but it's just hard to know where he's going to fit in right now as the way
yeah,
things are looking.
to me, it's N'Kobe Rowe. Oh, what was his name? Roby Coleman.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Nickel
Um,
Roby Coleman, right? So you get an older guy
mhm.
that's usually playing nickel. He came in, but he didn't give much because he's a little bit older, a little bit slower. Couldn't really play outside. Couldn't was a little bit behind inside. To me, I don't know if this is a veteran toughness move. Let's get a guy that can kind of show Avante how to line up and like what little things to do as a mentor. But I don't think that you can take Avante out of the lineup for Jimmy Moreland because you want a guy in that spot for a while. I remember Joselio transitioning from, being overseas and coming here and him getting destroyed, killing him in practice, right?
Mhm.
Every day. And by that second year, he was hard to get open on. And he wasn't just hard to get open on for me because he saw me every day, but it began to show up on game day and began to show up because he just was in that spot for so long. And you begin to see the different different offenses and begin to understand your defense and what's the requirements are, when you can gamble, when you can uh, whatever blitz, or when you can add on to the rush, whatever it is, based on the coverages and based on the assignments, you begin to know it, and therefore you play faster. So bringing a guy in like Moreland is good for veteran leadership, but at the same time, I don't want him to mess up Avante Maddox's development.
Yes, that's a great point.
Like I don't want him to take away from his snaps because he's still a young player. Remember his first couple years or first year, they had him bouncing back and forth, safety this, do this. Like it's a lot, and it's hard for a player to develop if you keep moving them around. Let him get comfortable in this space, master it, then move them to another space, master that, and then you're well rounded. But that takes multiple years. So that's where I am with him. Now, I do know a lot about the guy, Jimmy Moreland, because when I was coaching there at the Eagles, he was with the Redskins, of course, or not the
Hmm.
Redskins, the Washington football team at that time, which is the Commanders, right? So I know that he's a feisty player. I know that he shows up around the ball. I know why they like him. But to me, he goes for a lot of moves. He's not a guy that is a lockdown, but he's a solid player in the NFL.